Welcome back to trig. In this section, we're going to do trig equations, okay? They look very complicated, but as long as we stick to the basics, they present themselves quite simply, right? The same as any other kind of equation. All right, these are when the function is a trig function, right? Previously, we could work them out and we said, okay, we had two. Let me just get this sorted. We had 2x minus 3 equals to 3x plus 7. And what did we do? We put all the x's this side and all the numbers that side. Guess what? We're going to do the same thing. In this case, we're going to have cos x plus 1 equals 1.6. Solve for x. Okay, guess what? The 1 goes over to the other side. Therefore, we are left with cos x equals 1.6 minus 1, which is 0.6. Right, cos x is that. Now, in the trig equations, you are always going to be using, arc sine, arc cos, and arc tan to find the answer. Why? Well, if I know that cos x is 0.6, I want x. How do I get rid of cos? Can I divide by cos? Yeah, of course. Well, try it. What is 1 over cos on your calculator? Work it out. If you put in here, I know we've done this before, 1 divided by cos. It gives you this, doesn't it? 1 divided by cos bracket. Okay? We haven't got anything to put in the bracket. So press equals, and it gives you math error. Okay? So no, you cannot divide by cos, sine, or tan. You do the opposite function. Remember, it's like the square root thing. We do the opposite is arc cos, or cos to the minus 1, 0.6. And we put that in, and we say that comes to be 53.13 degrees. Okay? Well, let's do another example of this. All right? I'm going to do one here, cos x squared. Oh no, my bad. Cos squared x. We read that as cos squared x, right? Plus 1 equals 1.6. Okay. All right. Let me just check. Did I have a plus? Yeah, I did. Okay. What do I do now? Cos squared x plus 1 equals that. Well, first of all, first things, get the numbers to the other side. That is cos squared of x is equal to 1.6 minus 1. What's the next step? Remember we said be careful with the squared. Rather change that to be cos of x all squared, like that, right? Is equal to 0.6. Right? Now, we're looking to get, it's like peeling away the layers of an onion. Remember when we did literal equations, making something the subject? We peeled them away step by step by step. What we're doing here is exactly the same. We're going to peel them away step by step by step. So let's look. What do I have to do here? First of all, I've got this square on the outside. How do I get rid of a square? Right? I say, all right, I have to do the opposite, which means I have to take the square root. What is the square root of x squared? Is x, isn't it? Because that is x to the power of 2, all to the power of a half, which is x to the power of 2 times a half, which is x to the power of 1. Okay? That's why we do that. So what happens now? Now we've got just plain old cos x over here, and what's the square root of 0.6 is 0.7746. Oops, sorry, 46, not 64. Okay, therefore x is going to be, I now must take I'm going to just write it in here in red, take the opposite. Not divide through by cos. Take the opposite. So that's going to be, the opposite is arc cos 0.7746. And, hey presto, the calculator gives us an answer of 39.23 degrees. Right? So far, so good. Yeah, very straightforward. We're just going to do this through examples. I'm just going to get more and more and more difficult until I get to my last. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 examples, right? So do them with me and watch the steps. Okay, they're quite straightforward. 5 tan x plus 2. 5 tan x plus 2 is equal to tan x plus 5. Right? What do we say? You're on the wrong side and you're on the wrong side. So let's group it properly. 5 tan x minus tan x is equal to 5 minus 2. What is 5 tan x minus 1 tan x? It's 4 tan x, isn't it? I've taken 5 apples and removed 1. So we've got 4 tan x over here is equal to 3. Now, remember, this 4 tan x, 2 cos x, a half sine x. What does it mean? It means, guys, here is a multiplication sign between them. So there's a times sign between them. So what do? I divide both sides by 4. Therefore, tan x is equal to 3 over 4. Therefore, the next step is x is equal to arctan, the angle whose tangent is 3 over 4, and it gives me an answer of 36.87. Right? Like that. Let's look at this one. Okay? 5 tan squared, it's the same. 5 tan squared x plus 2 is equal to tan squared x plus 5. Well, same story. You're on the wrong side and so are you. So we go 5 tan squared x minus tan squared x, okay, is equal to 5 minus 2. 5 tan squared minus tan squared is 4. Tan squared x is equal to 3. Now, remember what is between these guys here? A multiplication sign. So I must divide both sides by 4, leaving me with tan squared x equal to 3 over 4. What is my next step? My next step is I rearrange that and I call it tan x all squared is equal to 3 over 4. Okay, let me just make that look a bit tidier. 3 over 4, not that tidy. 3 over 4. What do? I do the opposite. Okay, I'm peeling away. I take the square root of both sides. What is the square root of tan squared? Right? The square root of anything squared is itself. Okay? And we are left with tan x equals the square root of 3 over 4, which is 0.866. Okay? Please check me on that. Well, I'll check myself quickly. 3 divided by 4 equals that. To the power of 0.5 is 0.866. Therefore, x is equal to shift tan, arctan, 0.866, and it comes out to be 40,9 degrees, like so. Right? Let's do a couple more examples of these things, right? Let's take 3 cos, wow, look at this one. 3 cos squared x minus 15 degrees minus 3 equals minus 1.5. You go, wow. Okay, well, first of all, we identify numbers on the right must go to the left. So you must go that way. There's no coses or anything this side. So first of all, let's do that. That's 3 cos squared x minus 15 is equal to minus 1.5 plus 3. Okay? Okay, I'm going to just take my time. I'm going to say, right, 3 cos squared x minus 15 degrees. I do leave it out. What is 3 minus is 1.5. Then what? What is between here? Remember the onion. We're peeling it. There's a times. So I divide both sides by 3. Right? Which gives me what? Okay. Let's go to black. Cos squared of x minus 15 degrees is equal to 0.5, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Like that. Now I change that squared to cos of x minus 15 degrees, right? All squared. Get used to the double brackets here. I've removed it, so I've got that equal to 0.5. What is my next step? I've got the square. I want to get rid of the square, so I'm going to take the square root of everything, aren't I? That leaves me with cos of x minus 15, because the red has cancelled out, the square root sign has cancelled out that 2. Okay? Cubes will do the same thing, right? I don't think I've done it cubed, but you do the same thing. Is equal to the square root of 0.5 is 0.7071, I think. Okay, let me just check. Square root 0.5 is equal to 0.7071, yeah. Therefore, I now have to get rid of the cos, right? Remember this one? How do we do it? We do the opposite. So we do arc cos. Okay, is equal to the angle whose cosine is 0.7071. All right. What have we got? Therefore, x minus 15 degrees is equal to 45. What next? Hello. That's a number. It's on the wrong side. Post him to the opposite side, okay? I know you do accountancy, you do postings, but let's get rid of him. How? Add it to both sides. X is 45 plus 15 is 60 degrees. Done. Okay. Look at this one. Let's go through this one together. 3 times, remember, tan squared of x over 2 plus 10 degrees minus 3 is equal to 1.5. All right. Let's go through it. What am I going to do first? The first step is I'm going to take the number to the other side, correct? So we're saying 3 tan squared of x over 2 plus 10 degrees is equal to, okay, oh, that was a minus 1.5. So that's going to give us 1.5. Yep, I'm going to divide through by 3 again. Can you see it? There it is. Dividing through by 3. That leaves us with what? It leaves us with tan squared of x over 2 plus 10 degrees equal to 0.5. What do I do next? I now rewrite that tan squared as tan of x over 2 plus 10 degrees. I need a double bracket, squared 0.5. Okay, what do I do next? I'm sure you're all shouting out, take the square root. Yep, that's what you do. Which leaves us with what? The square root of that thing squared is just the thing in brackets itself. Tan of x over 2 plus 10 degrees is equal to, I think it was 0.7071. All right. Can you see how we've peeled it away? Oh, what's next? X over 2 plus 10 degrees is, yep, arctan of 0.7071. Therefore, x over 2 plus 10 degrees is, and arctan of that is an angle. It's 35.3 degrees. All right. Going to just check it. Shift tan 0.7071 is 35.3 degrees. Yes, 35.3. Just make that a bit neater. Okay, so therefore x over 2 is equal to 35.3 degrees minus 10 degrees. Okay, therefore x over 2 is 25.3 degrees. So x must be, what am I going to do? Multiply through by 2 over 1, right? Because that cancels, leaving us with x, which is then going to be 50.6 degrees. Okay, you can see this is a slightly shorter one, but for trig, what do we do? It's the same. Make sure the numbers go from the left side to the right side. That's always step one. Okay, obviously, just watch the signs. Then if you've got something multiplying by your trig function, right, you divide through by it. You get everything, you peel it away until you've got your trig function. Then if you've got your trig function, look if it's squared or cubed. Let's have a look. Take this for example, something silly. I mean, let's just invent one, spur of the moment, okay? 3 tan cubed of x minus 10 degrees minus 2 is equal to, plus 2 is equal to 3. So let's see. First of all, we take the 2 to the other side. We got 3 tan cubed of x minus 10 degrees is equal to 3 minus 2 is 1. There's my times. Divide through by that. Tan cubed of x minus 10 degrees is equal to 1 over 3. Okay, how do I get rid of a cube? What's the opposite to cubing? Is cube root. So I cube root both sides. What does that leave me with? Okay, well I should have, let me just back step that one. Sorry, I didn't rearrange it into, as I should have, my proper form. I should have done it this way. It's going to come to the same. Okay. Okay. It's going to be, that is the same as the tangent of x minus 10 degrees and all cubed, isn't it? Equals 1/3. Okay. Happy with that? That's basically getting rid of the exponent. Then I take the cube root of both sides, don't I? And what am I left with? I'm left with this. The cube root of anything cubed is itself. Tan of x minus 10 degrees is equal to, and I have no idea, so I go to my calculator and say 1 divided by 3 is equal to that, to the power of 0.333 is going to be equal to 0.6934. Okay, right. Therefore, next step is x minus 10, because this must go over. No, I can't divide. I know I keep saying it. Okay, 0.6934. And let's have a look at the shift tan. 0.6934 is 34.7 degrees. X minus 10. Therefore, x is going to be equal to, always degrees, 34.7 plus 10 degrees is 44.7 degrees. Okay, there you go, right? In the next session, we're going to do a longer piece, which is graphs, okay? That's probably going to be two sessions, maybe more, because drawing the graphs is something you've got to go through. We'll do table functions and show how to do it using a table, right? Thanks for watching that. I hope the trig equations basically are very straightforward. They do get a bit more difficult, but from this basis, we're going to do exactly the same over and over and over again. We're going to factorize. You're going to have trinomials, okay? No, we're not going to have difference or sum of two cubes, but we're going to have difference two squares. Yep, they're going to come in, all right? So yes, what we're going to do now is end off this, and next will be trig graphs. Thanks for watching. Have a great one. Cheers. Bye.